Colors, 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 I love you. Oh, colors, 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 I love you. Colors, 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 I love you. Ooh, yeah, ooh, yeah. I love you. Colors, 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 I love you. So this video is going to be about dying, not dying into the grave, but dyeing clothes. And I have bought these two from Dylon, claret red and deep violet. And I actually thought I bought them in the hemp shop because it said they were eco-reactive, but I can't see anything eco about these at all. So I think I got something wrong. I wanted something that was not toxic. So anyway, while we're sitting here by these gorgeous sweet pea, I'll just talk a little bit about this, because I've got this linen I bought, I showed you, and I want to make some skirts with them, and I love these colors. I just love these red colors. So I want to make something very much like that one. Yeah, a purple, maybe a little bit darker than that one. So it's a bit of an experiment, but these colors are actually very easy to use. And I've just dyed some, I'll show you. And a packet like this will dye about 600 grams of clothes. And if you want a lighter shade, which I wanted half the amount of color, so make it half as strong. So I put half as much, oh wait a sec, yeah, I only put half the amount of colouring in there. And there's, whoops, is it falling out? There's 3 deciliters in a packet like this, and so I just put 1.5 deciliters. So what you do is you make the clothes wet and put your dye into your washing machine, and then you put your wet clothes in, put it on 40 degrees, and just a normal wash. So let's go and have a look. So here is I've just dyed a piece like this beautiful linen, which I actually had ironed, which was a waste of time, because my plan was to after the ironing to sew the skirts and then dye them afterwards. But I thought to myself that really the best thing is to dye the material first and then sew the dresses. So that's what I'm going to do. And when you're using these dyes, there's some particular materials that don't work. I think wool you can't use. And I was, about the toxic thing, I was actually hoping to catch the water and take it into this bin we have outside where we've put cow manure in. And it's many years ago, I was told that if you have something toxic, I mean that you don't want to put into your drainage system, which it goes into the sea, and our drainage system goes into a little pond we have. You don't want to put anything toxic in there because it just goes into nature. So if you have an older basin and when you have some bits of paint or something that you just shouldn't throw into the drain, you can put it into this bin or this container where you have cow manure and straw and some water. So it's like this soup, and it's full of all these microbes, and apparently they actually in some way they neutralize the toxic waste. Oils, like old oil for instance, it will transform. So we've had that for many years, and I wanted to collect it here so I could throw it out there, because then I know it's not going directly into nature. But I wasn't quick enough, so it just ran out. So here are my second lot of fabric, and I'm going to open this. And of course you should be sensible and not wear something that protects your clothes, which I'm not doing. Let's see. Pull off this. Yeah. Wait a sec. Maybe this is. What does it say here actually? Oh, you're just supposed to put this into the drum. Put damp fabric into the drum. Remove sleeve, peel off lid, and put pod on top of fabric. Oh, that's so smart. But the thing is, see, I don't want all this dye because it's too much for me. I don't want it to be so strong. Oh, that's very smart. So as far as I could measure before, just get a good container here. Just pour it in, and I'm pretty sure it's 3 deciliters because it was in the other one. Yeah. So I'm going to put half of this, so that's 1.5 deciliters into the machine. Oh, here we go. Just have a look what's happened here. Oh, this got very dark. This looks very much like, just wash my hands so I don't get any of the colouring on. This looks very much like my my other skirt, a little bit more bluish. I'm going to hang it out to dry, and it's coloured very, very beautifully. So I'm glad I didn't have it any darker, but it will lighten when it dries. So here we go. In goes our colouring. What do we do? I think I'll, oops, just to make sure I've got the right amount. Actually, I might even put less in there, because it just is a very strong colour. I might just put just only 1 deciliter. Just not to breathe this, because it is not natural. I'll just give it 1 deciliter, and then I'll have for 3 loads. So in goes the dye. The material. Make sure it's not folded. And onto normal wash and 40 degrees, and off it goes. So I'm going to hang this out. It's all fun. So here are the materials. This one is completely dry and I think it's really gorgeous, and this one is nearly dry. So this was a really good experiment, and we'll just go and have a look just for fun. Just going to have a look at the flowers. And they have been washed, and some colour will actually come out. But when you have dyed them, you're supposed to just wash them once. So looking really good, I reckon. Looking really good. I'll just have a look where the flowers are. Just get a close up. These flowers. Without getting the material all dirty, I'll just pick one of these flowers here. And it actually, this is quite rusty, but really it's, yeah, it looks very beautiful. I'm very happy. So make some nice clothes with this. Praise the Lord for the colours.